Jeery Riot. Hey, we tried, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
He's a
Spawncast episode
sleepy boy.
423. We tried. We thought he was going to be on here. Last minute swerve. Like really last minute. So, hey, maybe he pops in. You know, maybe he's watching right now and he goes, I'll show them. And he jumps in. We got you, Jose. We'll convey the message to him. Shout out to everyone in the chat right now. Evan is here, though. Evan's here. No riot necessary on that one. So,
or do riot. It doesn't matter.
Shout out to Alan. Saying thank you, Zach. All right. It's been a week. OJ should be popping in a minute here, I assume, because he was doing his pre-show, his live stream. We weren't late. Were we late? I don't think so.
No, it's 9:01 and we've been live for 55 seconds.
There you go. Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spawncast. We have RGT85.
Hello.
Full and double duty. You already did a live stream earlier. Now you're back again.
Yeah, that was just messaged me as I'm getting out of the shower. Hey, can you do the show tonight or today? I'm like, sure. Why not?
What else is Sean going to be doing? Watching 80s wrestling in his basement?
I was watching modern wrestling. I could have been watching The Land of the Lost.
Modern wrestling now. Interesting. Usually whenever you send like videos of you watching something on the TV, it's like old Hogan matches or something.
No, I was watching the GCW event because I got Triller, and so you get a bunch of independent wrestling shows on Triller when they're live. So I try to use the most of that.
I feel like I hear so many wrestling factions, or like, is there a wrestling show on every day now of the week? Just about.
I mean, you can find it. You can find it pretty much. I mean, your main TV ones are WWE, AEW, TNA is kind of fringe, but it looks like WWE is supplying them with money and talent and stuff now. You have NWA, who just got put on Roku channel after not having a deal, which probably should be bigger, but they're not. And then you have independent promotions like GCW, Wrestling Revolver. There's lots of different wrestling out there.
Okay. Good stuff. DC Fat Cat. Shout out to the little ninja out there for the best Mario Kart content. Check out Ninja123.
Do you know the story behind Ninja Ninja 122? No. So Wednesday night when we were doing Game and Talk, I was looking because I was like, well, maybe I'll see if I have any money, because you know how sometimes we buy shit from other regions. Maybe I have some money saved up and then I could just, get a cheap eShop card to buy Donkey Kong early. And I'm looking through my profiles and it's like my main one, like RGT JP, which is my Japan one, RGT EU, which is my European one. And then there was one that was called Ninja 122. And I was like, what is this? And I looked at the account and the only thing on the account was 100 hours of Tears of the King, 100 plus hours of Tears of the Kingdom. And I was very confused. So I don't know if like that account somehow got renamed and that's what I bought Tears of the Kingdom early on, or if there's someone living in my house, playing on a Switch called Ninja 122. So
hear about those stories. Could be hiding in the attic.
Yeah, I do have like a very, very small attic. I would be shocked, but it could be a little person
just living in your walls.
Could be Vern Troyer.
You gotta set up the spy cam or something to see if you catch him coming out of the attic when you're gone.
I mean, I don't really care.
The one day of the week you leave the house.
I went to the store today.
What? Really?
I had to get some vapes, man.
Okay, gotcha. You can DoorDash that game.
I don't think you can.
We got OJ coming in here after the pre-show. OJ, how's it going?
Sorry about that, man. I had to use a different web browser. It was tripping on Google Chrome. So,
the StreamYard. StreamYard does some weird things sometimes, depending on the web browser you use.
Yeah, it was tripping, so I had to switch it up. So my bad. But yeah, thanks for having me on. Good Spawncast pre-show. It was fun.
Good stuff. We of course have Evan is back.
Yep. Good
to have Evan back. You have what was it, a LAN party you had?
No, board game thing with a bunch of people.
Oh, okay. Good stuff. It was a week, as I mentioned, a week of Donkey Kong Bananza. That's what it was. So it's been a lot of discussion around it. I've played a lot of
Overrated.
this game. It's it's been a good time, but we'll discuss that. Naturally, we have the Zelda the Zelda casting for the movie has happened, and there was some back and forth on that one too.
Yeah,
We
Sean.
had.
I don't care.
What did you do, Sean? Oh, you were trying to cast Bella Ramsey.
Oh yeah. Hi, my name is Bella Ramsey. Hi, my name is Princess Zelda. Like it writes itself. It would have been good.
That's why I said yes, Sean.
I wasn't picking up on it because I don't care about like any. They were talking. The girls were talking about it on Game and Talk, and I was just like, they're like, "What do you think?" I was like, "I think I don't care."
Yeah,
Like,
man.
doesn't.
I know you have a big problem that it wasn't Hunter either. I know you have a big problem with that too. Like,
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Hunter Hearst.
Time to play Zelda.
Maybe Josie will come in when we talk about that then, if that's the case. We'll wait for Josie on that one. And a few other things, a couple other stories, Steam game removals, a lot of discussion around that. And there was this GTA 6 rumor that started flying around today, and I got some questions on that one, but and a few other things as well. So let me go to, we'll start with Donkey Kong Bonanza, because I feel like there's a lot to say about this game in general. I feel like I'm nearing the end of the game. I said that yesterday, and then it kept going. I think the layer that I'm on, though, I've seen some people kick around on social media that it's like the next layer after what I'm at right now. So I think I'm just about done. Like I have, like they showed transformations in the previews and stuff. I have those and everything. So I feel like I've worked out through the skill tree that I'm just about there. But where are you right now, Sean? Is there a way you can describe it? But to the people without spoiling anything.
I mean, you get to a point where there's a path and you can choose. And I did one choice, and now I'm literally finishing the second choice right now.
Okay, good stuff. The split path. Gotcha. Okay, cool. What about OJ? How you have a chance to play? Good bit of DK. He looks very excited.
Very
animated and everything. Excellent.
My bad, I'm muted. My bad. Yeah. I'm not going as fast as you guys because I'm doing like 100% run. So
oh gosh, you have to punch. Does that mean you have to punch every single brick and block and collect every piece of gold?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
that's
much.
a DSP run.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I've been punching a lot of things and I've been collecting a lot of things. So I've pretty much completed 100% World 1 and World 2. So now I'm doing World 3, 100% run. So yeah, it's fun.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna take a while. People have been kicking around how long the game is versus mainlining or like 100%ing, and it sounds like 100% of the game is 40 hours or more.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like one person I saw 33, they did it in about 33 hours, but just like really kind of honing in and like not messing around, and like just being optimal. Like don't just punch things to get the
right.
Just go buy the maps, stuff like that. So just being optimal, like 33, 40 hours. But I mean, for me, it's probably going to be like 60 to 70 hours just because I like to mess around. I've been messing around a ton in the game. So yeah.
The game really wants you to just literally just punch all kinds of stuff and just have your way with the terrain and kind of discover things on your own. So there is that sense of discovery, but also just destruction and just doing what you want. In like right in that first area, someone mentioned here in the chat that Arlo is stuck on the tutorial just because he's just sitting there breaking everything. And I think if you're somebody who has that collectathon bug where you feel like you have to grab every single thing right away when you see it, like I can't leave until I have all the bananas in this layer, you're going to be stuck on this game for a long time. Yeah.
That's pretty much how I am. I'm not like, maybe I'm not as crazy as him, but I think I did play that tutorial level for about an hour of just like punching things. I think I walked out of there with like 20,000 gold and like, I think almost like 200 of the banana gems. So I was definitely a little bit OCD on that first place. So, but it's been fun. I've been doing everything that I can and I'm enjoying it a lot.
Are you doing all the fossils too for your run?
Yeah, it's 100%. So I've got all the fossils in the World 1, all the fossils and all the banana gems in World 2, all the towns levels, everything is all collected. And I still have plenty of money and banana gems to spare. So I'm just gonna do 100% run because I don't know if I'm gonna want to come back after I'm done with the game it's just easier for my brain to just say, let me just get it done now and experience it. Because sometimes I don't feel like going back to games after I'm done. Like, so let me just get it all done now, and then I can go on. And that's why it takes me so long to beat games sometimes, because I always do nearly 100% or pretty much 100% runs on most of the games that I really like. Like, if it's a game that I don't care about, then I'm like, yeah, whatever. But most of the games that I do play, I take my time with. I'm gonna just try to get as much as I can, at least.
Are you gonna 100% Shadow Labyrinth?
I saw that game. It was so funny. My friend Justin from the stream, he was like, dude, I called Nintendo. He talked and he said that I actually got a refund. He got a refund for that game.
I don't hate it.
Man.
I don't hate it that much, but I made a really it's like, I know my videos are normally shitty, but this was like really shitty because I just didn't want to like capture footage, because like, okay, so when I'm playing a game and I know that I'm gonna make a video on it, I'll start capturing footage and I'll play it off screen. And then, when I'm a bit further, I'll start capturing footage and I'll play it off
because it's not optimal to just capture the whole thing. Like,
right.
That's not good.
I did the first initial capture of footage for that game, and I was like, I'm not doing more. I don't want to do more. So I just played it off camera, like hoping that things would start clicking for me. I think there are people that will really like that game, like diehard Metroidvania fans and stuff like that, people that like the art style. It's just it was not a game for me.
Oh man,
which is a shame, because I do enjoy Metroid games and Castlevania games. Like I fuck with them hard, but I don't know, just something about this just felt off to me. But I do think there are people that will really like it,
because like weird interpretation of Pac-Man.
It wasn't even necessarily that. It's just, it feels, and I know it's only a $30 game, but it just feels like it needed like something else to it, like and maybe this is the old man talking in me, but how when you play a Metroidvania game, and it's been this way ever since Metroidvanias have always been a thing, is that you have a centralized location that you're supposed to go to, and then along the way you'll come across different paths and opportunities, obviously places you can't go and stuff like that. You have no centralized place to go in this game. You just kind of go.
There's no like home base kind of thing.
Yeah, and there's no objective. Like, okay, this is where you need to go. So you're kind of just wandering around, and like sometimes you'll wander around and just get to a dead end, and you're like, oh, okay, let me go back. But yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever played. Like I said, I think for $30, some people will enjoy it, but I'm not going back to it anytime soon.
If that catches the steep eShop or PlayStation or whatever discount down to like $8.99 something, is that the move?
Yeah, I mean, if you're curious and you're just looking for I think bare bones is a good word for it, even though there are some interesting gameplay elements like the Puck-Man elements, because he's known as Puck in the game. Like, but even those, like when you're moving, because like you'll get on like the rail system and you would think that you would have full 360-degree control of where you put them, but no, you only have like up, left, down. So you're more so basing it on where he is on the rail if you need to jump across, than just holding the analog stick and fluidly moving it to where you need to go, which is another thing that I didn't really like. But I do think some people will enjoy what is here. It's just, for me, it didn't click.
Okay. I mean, also you're trying to play that while Donkey Kong Bonanza is going on next to you as well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I could juggle multiple games. Like, that's not super hard for me to do. I'm still, finishing up Tony Hawk 3 and 4 as well, and doing all that stuff. I found the Bikini Bottom reference in the game. Like, I kind of like that one. That was kind of.
Did you find the Guitar Hero in the trash?
No, I didn't. I saw. I got the Turtles one though. I got the.
There's a whole story about it. So I'll ask you this, okay? There is in the game, people found it. There's a trash can. Anyone here can let me know if this sounds offensive, okay? There's a trash can where it's turned sideways and stuffed into it. You can see like the top third of it, maybe. It's very clearly a reference to like the Guitar Hero era, because it's a box from that thrown in the trash, basically. And it's also kind of referencing the reference to Neversoft. Neversoft, yeah, all that's there. And people were like, "Oh, there's this Easter egg in the game, right, of this reference of them throwing out Guitar Hero." And somebody took to Reddit and was mad about it,
as they do.
Was it a
So-
Neversoft employee or something?
We don't, I it's just a Reddit account or something, and they made a thread on like their subreddit, and Iron Galaxy came in and made a whole apology about it. It's like, we'll find out who did this, and we're gonna remove from the game. Or something.
Okay, like you didn't. I hate that. They just slipped in Marathon. We didn't know they stole the art. Shut up. Just take responsibility. Be like, yeah, it's a joke. Sorry if it offended you.
Is
I
that
thought it was a
offensive
fun-
to just?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, not to guitar. I mean, I can see maybe like if you work at Neversoft and they're just like throwing you out in the trash or something, like, okay, maybe, but just some random schmuck, like, who cares? Who cares?
I don't know. It seemed just like like callback or reference to the old days or the old times. That, I mean, for Guitar Hero stuff, clearly that got thrown out. That's gone.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
we're
I
not
don't know.
talking about Guitar Hero.
It seemed
anymore.
kind of fun. We used to get those kind of Easter eggs all the time back in the day, and this is a game clearly referencing like the early 2000s eras, and it's like, oh yeah, that's
And y'all
just super weird.
still think they're gonna make a Thug remake or Thug 2.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
are-
that gets
y'all are
that'll get
crazy.
dangerous.
Yeah,
That'd be
they're
dangerous.
never gonna touch that.
Yeah, that was a different time. You'd be playing Tony Hawk Underground with Chappelle Show on the TV on the other
Oh
TV.
baby, that's a good time.
Right?
Yeah,
Those were the days back then.
those were the days.
Were the days.
Not allowed to do that anymore.
Chappelle Show's a no-go in today's day.
No, I almost wonder if we'll get like 5 or 6 more years in the future, and they'll do that thing where they're showing like teenagers, like how they show them the old computers where it's like you click a button, it's like it's now safe to turn off your computer, and they're like, "What is this?" If they do that with Chappelle Show someday, and they're like, "This was on TV at one point, like actually on Comedy Central. This is on TV." They will not be able to believe that. Yeah, that was weird when I saw that with Tony Hawk. I don't know. It seemed pretty basic to me. That I didn't see it was being offensive. But okay, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Back to DK. All right. So I've played further than what I did with my whole impressions video. As I mentioned, I think I'm close to beating the game now. And the game is just like a really good, like top tier, I guess, 3D platformer. Even Nintendo has this weird thing where it's like 3D platformer action adventure kind of game, because there's platforming in the game, but there's also like a stupid amount of action. You're just punching everything, you're breaking everything. And I think when I was going through this game specifically, you start to think of other games that are kind of like a collaboration and a mashup that's created this. So people are already talking about, obviously Mario Odyssey. Some have said Zelda. Some have said Red Faction. It's just a lot of stuff getting thrown
Hulk?
together. But Hulk,
Yeah,
yeah. The Ultimate Destruction.
Yep.
But then you get to a point where you're like, maybe it's kind of its own thing, and it's just really unique in a world where, and this comes up a lot. We've talked about this now and then, Sean, when a game pops up. We talked about Battlefield for a while there.
I mean, it is the church, so.
And we've talked about like the static environments that we see in games now.
Mhm.
And maybe that's the other thing. This just feels so different from games that look really good, but you can't do anything to the landscape. Like it just stays the same all the time. So it's kind of that trade-off. And Battlefield was one we've talked about because they just lost all destruction for the most part compared to where it is. We went back to playing the Xbox 360 Bad Company 2 at one point with the 18 people who maybe were playing online, who even existed on the Xbox 360, just because things would actually be destroyed. So it feels like kind of its own, like, it says a lot, but like that breath of fresh air for video gaming in general. And I feel like that's one of the reasons so many people are really taking to this. Also, it's nice to see DK get a good quality game.
In 3D.
Yes, because Donkey Kong 64, I know people look back at that with a lot of nostalgia. It is completely like 80% held up with nostalgia. I will tell you that if you go back and play it. You remember maybe back in the day using that expansion pack for the first time because it came with it. And you're like, wow, this game has to be incredible because it's using the extra RAM. And really, it's just there was a bug and I guess they couldn't figure it out. And that just kind of got them by just enough. But this is just a really good high quality game. Came in at a 90 on Metacritic.
This was lame. Now you won the bet. So lame.
Yes, sir. It was at 91 for a little bit. I was like, oh man, and then it fell back down to a 90.
Dude, it was 91. Then it went down to a 90. Then it went back up to a 91. Then it went back down to a 90. Stupid. So stupid.
So you can I already have the game. You could give my copy away in a contest or something.
I can do it. Okay. Well, we were all supposed to pitch in to do it. That was like the original thing. So
them girls ain't got no money. Them girls fleeced you. You got fleeced by them girls. You expect
that's
them
why
to
they're
come with money?
here. They're like that's why they're not here. That's why they didn't show up.
You can use it for a giveaway or something in the future.
Okay.
I will donate my
use
copy
it for a
to
giveaway.
whatever
in John's name. I'll attach
There you
your channel and everything to it. How about that?
There you go. I did get the game a little early too, and I got it physically as well. Wanted to get it physically. So
Did you buy it from another region?
I may have taken a trip to Australia. MVG was traveling all over the place. I said, you know what, I kind of want to travel too. A little of that. So yeah, I picked it up and played it early.
He was in Germany though.
That's true. But Australia, the time zone's better. You travel over there, you can, play it a little early. So I wanted to check it out. But yeah, 90 on Metacritic. Big release for Nintendo with the Switch 2. That means Mario Kart World, the last one before this, 86. So it's coming in at a 90. Working in the right direction. There is question now, and it's fair, I think. Is this going to end up being at the end of the year a Game of the Year contender?
I don't see why not. I mean, what we were talking about this on the Non-Tendo podcast, a real podcast that actually had a dedicated DSP segment to it.
It makes you smile, apparently.
God, I was like, what the fuck is this picture?
I don't do that to you.
Wood was like, do you have a picture of yourself? And I was like, yeah, hold on. He's like, oh, never mind. I got it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked and I was like, ew, what did you do to me? Everyone in his chat was like, that's AI. He doesn't smile like that. Like
he looks happy in that picture. We got to investigate.
No.
What's wrong?
Wood knows what he's doing, by the way.
Oh, I know. What do you think is going to be there? Death Stranding, Expedition 33, Ghost of Yotai, Donkey Kong, an indie game.
I will say this with Ghost of Yotai, as somebody who really likes Tsushima, Sean, I don't know if Ghost of Yotai is that slam dunk because I had to double check. The Ghost of Tsushima rating was lower than I thought.
And they nominated it for Game of the Year. So that tells you, what does that tell you?
Nothing else came out that year.
PlayStation games have a very high chance of being nominations and also winning. So Ghost of Yotai is going to be nominated. I would be shocked if it wasn't.
I think it should score higher than Tsushima was an 83 on Metacritic, and I think people forget that. That's what I mean. Because I like Ghost of Tsushima quite a bit, and even I was a little surprised when I went back and looked. Like, really, it was an 83. The director's cut got an 87, but that was just less reviews coming in, whereas Ghost of Tsushima had like 100 reviews or something like that. The director's cut had significantly less. So that's the thing is, I think when we get to the end of the year, I don't know if Yotai is going to be like a slam dunk absolute. This is definitely in.
I think it
game.
is.
What you got to have something from Sony.
So
for optics, and I mean,
would you count Death Stranding too?
Did Sony make it?
Yes.
No.
That's also going to be in the game. That's also going to be the game of the year.
Yeah, that's probably going to win. To be honest with you,
Expedition 33 is going to win.
Expedition 33 will be there.
Yeah,
well, hold on. You know what? I think we got to see what happens with Metroid Prime 4 though.
Metroid Prime 4 has a chance, but I don't think they're going to put both Donkey Kong, unless Metroid Prime 4 has a really high rating. I don't know if they're going to put both in there. If you follow these guys on Blue Sky, or if you look at what they're saying, that's how I usually know what's going to get nominated. Blue Sky.
That would crucify me in 12 seconds of being on.
I'm just saying, I don't talk to them. I just see what they're saying, so I can see what they're talking, what they think is the best. That's why I can predict what's going to win and stuff every single year. They'll openly talk about it on Blue Sky sometimes. And yeah, Death Stranding, it's going to be there. And so is Ghost of Yotai. So it really opens up. It's wondering if they're going to do the actual indie slot this year. Like if that's going to go to Blueprints or Silksong,
sure,
one of those two games. Because they're talking about Blueprints quite a bit. So
Ooh, Claire Obscure, Split Fiction, Donkey Kong, Death Stranding 2. Those are 4 titles that feel like they're going in.
And Ghost of Yotei is going to be there too.
That'd be
And then-
5. There's
and
one
then you're
slot
into
left.
I mean, really, when you look at the second half, you know, is there anything that really stands out? Like, oh yeah, that'll be a lock.
Nothing right now.
Nothing right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
We have to see again. We have to see how Metroid Prime 4, because like Metroid Prime Remastered was the last thing that Retro did, and that was what, a 93 or something.
I need banana, tasty banana.
94. I got a 94. So it's possible that Prime 4 comes out and hits some like 90 plus, and then all of a sudden it's like
Prime
okay.
4. I care about the Prime 5, pal.
Metroid Prime 4 comes out
Jesus.
and it hits like a good score, and all of a sudden we might end up at the end of the year with 8 games that could go in, and we gotta pick 6 of them. So that's because there's always that surprise game too that could pop up. Yeah, it's tough. That's tough. I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza has been a game that has just been a lot of fun, and that's the biggest thing. Is just I know how's the performance been for you guys?
I went into the game looking for it. And, you know, it is there sometimes. Boss battles can be a bit noticeable, but, you know, most of the boss battles, they're not that hard.
There's one boss battle you're going to see, Sean, where an effect cuts the frame rate in half.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I already know what you're talking about. But yeah, like other than that, you know, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Do I have concerns? Yes. Should they be? Okay. So my thing is, I don't like to see the second game that came out on the system having a performance issue like this when Nintendo themselves have heavily promoted the power of the system, 4K, 120 hertz, HDR, VR, all that sort of stuff. I will give a slight pass to Donkey Kong. And I almost feel like the reason that they said, hey, this was originally a Switch 1 game, you know, was almost to like in a certain way be like, that's kind of why. Because when you look into the details of it utilizing FSR1, which is what games use on the Switch 1, such as like Nintendo Switch Sports and stuff like that, instead of using the DLSS, it's like, well, if you would have used DLSS, it probably wouldn't have had these issues, or they wouldn't have been at least as prevalent as they can be from time to time. So, you know, it is interesting. But even when you think of a game with a lot of destruction, like what game has this level of destruction?
This much all at once, where you're just, I mean, we mentioned Red Faction, but it's a slow destruction,
right?
Like it's not, you have to plant the bombs, you have to maybe run around and use a sledgehammer takes a while to swing. If you can play that now on the Switch too, it runs well. It's just 60 frames, but you are not doing all of this in that game.
You're going down, you're going up, you're going left, you're going right. Anything you see, for the most part, can be destroyed. Am I excusing it? No, but I just hope that this is an anomaly instead of a potential standard, because there obviously are things that they need to work out with HDR, VRR, 120 hertz mode. I mean, there's clearly issues with it. I just hope that as time goes on, these things get ironed out, more DLSS, higher usage DLSS is implemented, so on and so forth.
So Noah does bring up a good point here, and I had kind of experienced this myself. I have been playing the Switch 2 mostly docked, just really since it came out. It's a good docked experience with its ability to upscale and it being 4K. Things look very clean. It is worse in docked mode. If you play it in handheld mode, it definitely is better. I don't know if that's just because the screen there is VRR enabled or what have you, but it seems to run better in handheld mode than docked mode.
If only the dock could handle VRR.
Well,
wait. Wait a minute.
That's something I hope Nintendo does have eventually set up, because we saw it with the PS5. It took a little more than 2 years. I hope it's not that long, but it seems like something Nintendo can do in an update at some point.
Yeah,
it'd be nice because this is another game that could use it.
I don't think there's any need to give it a pass. I keep on hearing people say this, and it's just like any other game that people like I don't know, Elden Ring, that won 5 million Game of the Year awards, that had all sorts of stuff. And yeah, it has some stuff that,
that game had performance issues. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's fun, so people are gonna like it. You can still ding it a point or ding it however much you want to ding it, or bring it up and say, yeah, I agree with Sean. Pretty much everything Sean said with what he has to say, but it's still fun. So, and that at the end of the day, that's
I think the conversation. I think the conversation is there because the game got so many 10s from big outlets and stuff like that. And they're like, well, how is it a 10 if there's graphical issues? I'm like, I fucking ask them, not me. I didn't say it was a 10.
The same reason why Elden Ring got a 10, got way more 10s, got considerably more 10s than Donkey Kong. And there are severe graphic situations with that game because people found it fun. If a game is fun, people will overlook other things. They'll be like, okay, yeah, this is not great, but this all X, Y, and Z is great. And it's been like this for forever. Mass Effect.
Yeah, I mean, we played Ocarina of Time at 20 frames per second.
How about Mass Effect 1? Mass Effect 1 on the 360, even for the 360, that frame rate was piss poor. And I was still, hey, well, the game's fun. Now, obviously, better standards today and everything like that. But even back then, it was like, yo, this is not good. Like, the frame rate's not good, even at that point. So that's kind of how it is with every game. So it's just kind of weird for people to say, you're giving a pass. You're doing this. Like, when we just had Elden Ring and everyone said it was game of the year, right? We all said it was game of the year. We all said it was great. So I don't understand this logic of people pressuring you, Sean, or people saying that to, like, people making tweets. I'm like, did you guys not all play Elden Ring and thought it was great? Right. So yeah, that's just what it is.
It is the performance. I will say it. So from what I've seen, when it stutters, the 3D map, for some reason, it causes some issues for the game. It has a hard time at first drawing it in when you scroll past things. Certain parts, when of course you're just destroying everything, you can kind of see some hitches and stutters here and there. And then that one effect that I mentioned with that boss, that was kind of a one-off. I kind of feel like most of the time when this pops up, I think it's more CPU limited than anything else. Like, I don't think the GPU side has much of a problem with this game. And I mean, that'd be tough for Nintendo to really work out anyway, because they've locked the CPU at a lower frequency, all of that. But I do think it feels almost somewhat overblown. Like, some people think this game is running at 10 frames a second all the time or something. So
I'm doing this just to piss off OJ. Please read the comment, OJ.
Also, OJ, Nintendo Defense Forces out. Elden Ring is different because it looks a bit better than the shit Donkey Kong is, which looks like a better PS3 game. I mean, listen, man, I get it. Glasses are expensive these days. You know, glasses, they're expensive. Not everybody can afford them and all that. And nobody said anything about Defense Force. I said that it got dinged the amount that it got dinged. So comprehension and good quality education is tough to come by as well. Like, you know, comprehension and listening, I get it. You know, I'll speak slower for you. The game should get dinged for the scores that it has, and rightfully so. I agree. When it comes to, like, the performance, I wish it was a bit smoother as well. What I was talking about was when Sean was getting accused of why is it getting 10s or what, and like Sean was saying, well, ask them. And I said it's the same thing as other games that have gotten a bunch of 10s. People like fun. Everybody likes having fun. If the game is fun, then people will be like, hey, look, I still like the game. That's just normal. It's just normal. And, you know, if you don't like what I said, oh, well, I don't care. So it is what it is.
Let them know.
Thank you. Josie, how you doing?
Hi. Good. Glad to be here.
We're talking about Bananza.
Oh, great game. I'm having a good time.
And why are you excusing Elden Ring? I'll say that. Why are you giving Elden Ring a pass? Why are you giving Elden Ring a pass?
Elden Ring was a PS4 game, and it wasn't exactly a graphical powerhouse. And you know what's funny, John? Guess what fight I'm at right now?
The one that I was just explaining. Yep. Yeah, you can see it right away. Yeah,
yep.
There's an effect for that boss that Josie may have seen it already. I don't know, but eventually people will get to it. And it's just one effect cuts the frame rate.
She's her time with it.
How far are you in the game, Josie?
Product provided by Nintendo, so thank you. But
look at her.
Good job.
I'm like 6 hours in, I think. I'm not like
it doesn't give us an hour timer. I've noticed that too.
Yeah, I don't think I'm too super far in because I've been just like exploring a bunch, but I'm loving it. I think it's really fun. I really like the movement mechanics of it and how he plays, and I'm having a blast. So I'm very happy with it. I think there are some slight like performance issues, I guess. I haven't specifically noticed them, but I don't think I've gotten to the point in the game like that everybody's talking about with that fight where you specifically notice it a lot?
It's the most noticeable part. I mean, otherwise, when you're punching around rocks and stuff, you'll have like little stutters here and there.
Yeah.
But it's at the time where there's a lot of stuff on screen. So I think some people who aren't necessarily as sensitive to this stuff, it won't hit them in the face as much. So they'll be like,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
maybe
I'm
that was just
pretty.
stuff moving.
Yeah, I don't really notice that kind of stuff, to be honest, with most games, but unless it's egregious, like Scarlet and Violet level. But I mean, the only thing I really noticed, we talked about it on the other podcast I was on, but the camera sometimes it gets weird, like when you're
Yes.
digging underground and stuff, because it
Mhm.
just like doesn't know where to go. But other than that, I'm having a great time.
Are you
Think it's
trying to get
awesome.
all the bananas in each layer?
Are you DSPing it?
I'm not DSPing it. I didn't.
What
mean,
did
I'm not
what does
trying to
DSP it
get
mean?
all of
Can
them.
somebody I didn't see that.
You sort of just get super pissed off and blame I can't believe they put a banana here. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
just the same bullshit he always says. Okay, got you.
There's
got
this
you.
clip of him that we just saw where he's like trying to get through that room where you like surf on that rock to the bottom, and he like cannot figure out. And he was like, "Wow, the game design. I don't know. The game design's really bad." And then he
No, my favorite DSP moment was when he was riding on a horse in Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and he had a metal like sword and like metal shield, and there was lightning, and he didn't know. And his horse gets like deep fried, and he's like, "What is that?" He doesn't even know
What's going on here? What,
He has
what
no
the hell's
idea
going
what
on?
happened and why that happened to him.
I almost like somebody just said, Stray Dog in the chat just said that he's just trolling. I almost think that they're like, I don't know why I think it, but I almost think there's like a slight level that maybe he is. Maybe he is, because like some of the shit he does, like in Mario Kart, it's I literally am crying when I'm watching him play Mario Kart. He's like, it's not a real racing game, you know. You could just get comboed by all these items, and then like you're in last place all of a sudden. Let's get some kick support going, guys. Let's get some YouTube super chats. You know, let's get some stuff going here so we can hit the Grillo's Pickles menu over at Sonic. And you know, DSP tries it. I'm gonna try the meal for you guys. But like, I respect the fuck out of him because he's the only person who will look at his audience and say, "Give me money," and it works. The man made $1,000 in a day trying on vests and hats while cleaning out his closet. Like, what the fuck? I was like,
His
It's
install
amazing.
his base of people are like using their disability checks on his stream. So,
come by my stream, shit.
like they legit like give up their last to give this guy.
He
One
is.
guy was like went home. One guy like went homeless.
He is pretty decent at fighting games though, like Capcom versus SNK 2. He's pretty decent at that game.
John's like, "Great, can you guys stop turning this into roasting him?" My
I want him on this
Get him on the
show, damn it.
podcast.
You want him on this show?
Hell yeah, dude! I would love to talk to
We should
him.
see how he feels about Bonanza once he finishes it.
Oh no, he made a video of his Bonanza impressions.
Oh boy.
He was not happy because he got bored after playing it for 6 hours straight, and most of the time was spent in the lagoon. And he's like, "It all feels the same." And it's like, "Well, dude, you're in the
Play the
same
game,
area."
sir. I really like the progression. I feel like I'm like accidentally like going through the game to like exactly where I need to be, which is like a really good feeling.
I thought it was strung together pretty well to where it
Mhm.
doesn't. I mean, you do have to go between layers. You have to dive, through the
Yeah, you have a little
floor.
Tears of the Kingdom moment.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a hard cut from almost between chapters or something. Like it all I think blends together really well, and that's a good thing. But it's also kind of bad because you end up finding yourself playing for hours and hours on end without realizing it.
Yeah, I think I think that part of the game is really cool because it just feels more connected than like jumping into a menu, almost like an Odyssey. Like Odyssey was really great in a lot of ways, but like it just feels very cohesive and like it's one world, which I love.
Yeah, you're right. It does feel connected. Whereas, as you mentioned, Odyssey, it's you are kind of teleporting to each spot.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
I
What would
like
you even
Pauline
talk
way
about, Sean?
more than I thought I would. Like she's like
We could
the
talk
voice
about-
actor and like some of the scenes and like her dancing and stuff and her singing is just really cool.
She's really good.
That part kills me every time she does that.
The fact that they did, I don't know if you guys caught it, but they did her dance from like the old Donkey Kong arcade at the beginning, which I didn't see that before, and I was like, oh my god, that's totally it.
They have a lot of callbacks in this game. There was
Yes.
like people immediately posted all this stuff. Like when you go to I think it was one of the early ones with the there's Donkey Kong Country reference technically, and
Mhm.
like there's a lot of stuff that's being posted online now because it's paying a lot of homage to like the older DK stuff, which is pretty cool. There's another world you get to later on that has a similar thing, so it's pretty cool. Like a lot of
Those
stuff they're doing
secret
with
rooms are like riddled with them too, which is
Mhm.
really cool.
Yep. Oh, the ones where you go through and it's like the 3 bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There's some good ones. There's some really cool ones there that I like. They get
The
genuinely
2D
creative.
sections are
2D
awesome.
sections are fantastic. Love them because
It's-
I'm an old school DK fan. Love
Yeah.
the old DK games,
Too.
and those were so cool to see.
Yeah. I do wish it was a little bit harder. At least where I am right now, like it feels like a DK has always been very, very difficult. So I see that they didn't. Let's go,
I don't
Gene.
think it's ever going to get as hard as like the hardest parts in
No,
DK.
definitely
Hey,
not.
Yeah.
Shout
don't
out
think
to
so either.
Gene. He interviewed Kareem Campbell and
Oh, I
Bob
saw that.
Burnquist and Tony Hawk. That's fucking dope. Kareem
That's
Campbell.
awesome. Yeah.
He used to rock that City Stars shit. He had the
Shout
action
out-
shoes.
Shout outs to the Ghetto Bird. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That's the flip that my character has in 3 and 4 right now. Shout out to Gene Park. Reposted the stream. Appreciate it, Gene.
Do you guys think for Mario Kart World we're gonna get like DK and Pauline skins, like new ones?
I think they're gonna add a shit ton of stuff into that game.
They should. Like that should be it. This should be an easy thing now that Mario Kart World is out, like the first game. They should do that with a bunch of titles coming up. Just do all kinds of collaborations between World and X game, whatever comes out. Whether it's this, I mean, Metroid Prime 4, that'd be pretty funny. I don't know, but
That'd be sick.
like there's a lot of opportunity there if they want to go that route. So that'd be fun. Yeah, DK Bananza though, great game, man.
Phenomenal.
One of the top tier 3D platform action games that I've played.
Yeah.
So I understand why people are having such a good time with it. I mean, I turn on the Switch too, and I look at the friends list, and the top 8 spots all playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's like, okay, well there you go.
I took a
Everyone's
picture
playing
with when Sean was playing the other night. Like as I have, and it was literally like the whole freaking row. I had like 30 to 40 people on my list playing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's a pretty consistent thing right now. Just everyone playing it. So it's good. It's good. It has, again, I was somewhat concerned when we were going into it if it would be a weekend game, kind of a game you can beat in less than 10 hours, and it is not turning into that. So if I had to guess, I think I'll have to look. I feel like I've spent like 15 hours in the game, maybe a little more.
Yeah, it seems like a 20-hour experience.
I've played for 10 hours and I'm nowhere near done.
Well, yeah, it'll depend on
You
how
think
much
you're like
time you spend
halfway?
there.
No.
I'm doing 100% run. Like on
Oh,
the first
okay.
run.
Never mind.
So I'm on world 3s, but I 100% in world 1 and 2.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're gonna be spending a lot of time on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be spending a ton of time on it.
Yeah, I have no idea about any post game or anything. I'm not sure what happens yet. So
Someone said it's pretty challenging in the chat.
so again, that's Mario.
Yeah, Gene
Odyssey
Park
kind of
said
thing, right?
Gene Park said that the post game stuff is good.
Oh,
That's
okay,
awesome.
cool.
I look
Good
forward to
stuff.
that.
Good stuff. Yeah, awesome.
Think it's a
Pretty cool.
system seller?
Yes, it
I
is
think so.
I'm gonna
definitely.
say it is.
I said yes too.
I think it is.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I think because like we were talking about this on a real show, the Nintendo podcast, or
Heard about that.
you know, Wood was like, do you think it's better than Super Mario Odyssey and all that sort of stuff? And I was like, when you look at Odyssey and you look at Astrobot, which of course was last year's game of the year, I feel like you could compare those two pretty similarly, similar principles, similar ideas. I don't think you could really compare Donkey Kong to those two games because yes, at its core, there is 3D platforming, but it feels like so much more because of the destructible elements and how that plays such a big role in the game. Like, I feel like it's almost on like its own little island in and of itself where you can't look at this game and be like, oh, well, I could play this. It's pretty much this, it's pretty similar. There's similarity. You can't really do that with this game.
Yeah, it's very unique. It's a very unique title. And that's the thing. Nintendo has it as like 3D platformer action adventure. I think it's just because of that. It's like, where does this fit exactly? We'll just throw these genres on it. So it is kind of a hard direct comparison to Mario Odyssey. But you know what? I think that is a good thing because that means they can do a 3D DK and a 3D Mario going forward without them feeling too similar.
Definitely.
Watch out, Nintendo executives. said otherwise.
That should be the case because Donkey Kong and Mario are like nothing alike in terms of the character itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Donkey Kong's an idiot and he's super strong. And Mario's not an idiot. And Mario's strong, but he's not as strong as Donkey Kong, you know? And
I do like how DK's entire motivation for this game is just bananas. There's nothing else. Not
Yeah,
like
like
you
just
go up
how simple the story is.
Yeah, and the village elder is like, what do you hear? The surface or bananas? I answer bananas every single time. It's like, whatever. If it's at the surface, great. Bananas every time.
I like how Pauline was like, so we're going to go down because I need to get to the surface. And he was like, yep, we're going to go down to the bottom so that you can get back up. And I was
Well, you can't get out backwards. You got to go forwards to go back. Better press on.
I just thought it was funny.
If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it.
Well, I like the design of DK. I think apparently they made it for this game, and then it also was put into the movie afterwards because the game's been in development for so long. And I think DK in general is very expressive in the game, so he doesn't have to really say anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. So it works well. And the reason I think, Sean, this is a system seller, along with the game just being good, in a couple of years, you know, there's going to be a DK movie as well. So I don't know if there'll be a new 3D DK game by then, but maybe a 2D one. But this will be the one that we still talk about Mario Odyssey right now, like as being a good game, a big game to buy if you with the upgrades for the Switch 2 even.
I feel like we'll be talking about shit.
Yeah, see? I feel like we'd be talking about Bananza
Totally.
like 5 or 6 years from now still, yeah.
I think it's also so different from the other Donkey Kong platformers that like it could also live simultaneously with another 2D installment, like in that franchise. Like from traditional fans who want, you know, to see the expansion of maybe something like Tropical Freeze or whatever.
Yep.
I would love to see them do something like kind of how they brought back Mario Wonder and
totally
it was like kind of like completely different from what we saw with the new Super Mario Bros. Series. So if they brought something back with DK, kind of like the new expressions that he has, and it's like 2D, and like maybe they add in like more of the different Kong family, to be a part of the game, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I do miss like Dixie's ability a little bit, and like, I ran into Crank, or is that a
whoa.
Wait, no, Cranky was in the
that's in the
previews.
trailers.
People were trying to figure out the timeline. That was one of the things that came up there. Like, how is it possible if Cranky's here and he's talking about previous events, but Pauline's little? That was the whole thing. So you're good.
Makes no sense. Donkey Kong's dad is still missing, by the way.
I don't think Nintendo cares about that stuff even
Donkey Kong's dad has been missing for like when was the last DK Jr.? I think he was in Mario Kart, right? And I think it was in Mario Tennis. DK Jr. has been Junior for forever. It makes no sense. So stop caring about the timeline. Makes no sense in this game.
I'm pretty sure every time the fans make a timeline for any Nintendo game, Nintendo watches from a distance and eventually goes, "That sounds fun. We'll just go with that."
Yeah, they're just like, okay, that's cool.
Hyrule Historian, and the fans like, no, that's wrong.
The extreme level of people who are like, I'm pretty sure it splits into 2 paradoxical universes between, and they finally went like, yeah, that one, fuck it. Like,
that seems like what they did. I mean,
well, it's like the Pixar theory. You know how there's that thing that every Pixar movie is like connected, and people are like stringing it together. And my friend's dad like worked at Pixar, and the first thing I asked him was like, "Is it real?" And he was like, "Nah, but we think it's cute." And I was like, "I just think that's what everything."
Let him believe. Let him believe. Yeah. It is weird to think DK's been around so long. This kind of feels like a breakout moment for that. That franchise in gaming right now for something like this. Again, DK64, probably a great game for us way back when.
It was never a great game for
Go
me.
ahead, try to play it now.
I did not like that. I did not like that game.
I really want them to put it on NSO so I can like beat it, because like I've beat every other Donkey Kong game.
You want to beat your boyfriend up if you have to play that. It's not a good
you
game.
can just stream that game, Josie.
No, I will. I think that'll be fun.
You're gonna be so mad the whole time.
I know, but I think it'll be a good stream.
That's why I said they should have done it before Bananza came out. You don't want to give people the wrong idea when it comes to DK. You don't want to put that bad taste in their mouth.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like, is this what DK's about? No, that's not what DK's about.
Well, you can check out Donkey Kong Bananza. It's out now. Out now. I'm gonna go look at some of the super chats here real quick. Radberry says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We think we see a direct this week or next. Have a great show and a safe week to all." There was a kind of a direct. Well, the Pokemon Presents is this week.
Shut up.
next week, the last week in July. Look towards that week would be my assumption at this point.
What day is the Pokemon one?
22nd.
Tuesday?
I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, it's Tuesday. I'm looking at it. Yep, and you'll probably have I think you'll have a Jurassic Park game revealed that day too.
Revealed?
Stuff?
Huh?
Revealed, or my fucking first-person perspective game actually like talked about that they haven't talked about in fucking years.
Most likely that one. I think they're
That's-
going to talk about that one
Thank
again.
God. What
think
what
so.
happened? I almost thought they canceled the shit.
I don't know. They started doing like a website now, Saber Interactive, a website now with like found footage kind of thing, and everyone thinks it's pointing to the Jurassic Park game.
Ooh.
Yep, July 22nd, same thing there. So you'll have that most likely alongside Pokemon.
So there'll be one thing I care about that day. All right.
There you go. Yum Yum
What if
says
it's
I want
insane?
The Jurassic Park game? Yes, it will be.
The Pokemon Direct.
Well, I think there's
But-
something with Pikachu DJing at it.
Yeah, I saw that. The thing about Pokemon Directs is there's always a bunch of other stuff that takes
Yeah,
precedent.
and there's like 2 games.
Here's cards. Here's this, that, and the other.
Pokemon Sleep update.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could sleep and fuck Pikachu. That's what some people want, man.
Whoa!
You don't think some people want that?
I'm pretty sure some people in this.
I mean,
chat
it's the
want
internet.
that.
What do you-
Exactly. Exactly.
The internet
Yep.
wants a lot of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yum Yum says I want Fight Night on the Switch too, especially playing Pacquiao and Moraes in game. What do you think? Who do you think will win? What Fight Night is?
Long gone, my friend.
Yeah, you can play Fight Night Champion on the Xbox right now through backwards compatibility, but that scene, it'd be I feel like it's impossible to get that to come back in the way that it was. It's just there's just too many names, too much money. It'd be so difficult to make.
Well,
that
even
right.
that Undisputed game was pretty caca.
Yeah, so it's just what people want versus what would most likely be possible and how much money EA would be willing to put out to make it all it doesn't line up. So it's unfortunate. The Robot Chicken says one of my favorite DSP moments is in Metal Gear Solid 3 when he tries to fight the end with a shotgun.
What? Why would you do that? Why would you think you could do that?
He says, I think he dies without saving and loses the shotgun, so he rages about the game taking it away.
Like, it's clearly modeled after a sniper duel. I mean, yes, you can do other things that I won't spoil for you because there are some other tactics you can do.
You're gonna have a great time watching him play that remake, Sean.
I don't think he will. I think he'll think it's too boring for this audience. It's not a chill stream game, John.
Not a chill stream.
Just a great game. Oh, well, hopefully the remake is original. Great game. Callan Shaw says the last time I had to balance 2 games, I think I was halfway through Final Fantasy 7. Took 2 days off to play Peach's Showtime.
Super Peach's Beach.
That was a good game.
Showtime?
Yeah, I like Showtime a lot.
Oh, okay. I thought about Final Fantasy 7.
Like the inquisitive tone in your voice. Showtime?
Yeah, I was like, which way are we going with this?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have Final Fantasy 7. I just haven't
You're gonna play it on Switch
Oh.
tried it again. Maybe not. Maybe.
Really? You might like the characters and everything.
You would-
you
you would-
haven't really.
too. I think she would like it. If going
Yeah.
in knowing nothing and how the combat is in that
Wait,
game, I think
We
she would
talking
like it.
FF7 remake integrate?
Yeah.
Remake, integrate, yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on with the characters, the whole love triangle.
I don't
thing
think that's
going
a
on.
Josie game.
Mm,
You don't think so?
Nah.
Now she's got to play it out of spite.
Nah, I
Show
don't-
them.
And the reason why I don't think that game is really obtuse. Like the way that the structure of the game is just weird. It's like they don't. I like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite games, but it's just, I'm just not sure.
the introduction of like non-connected concepts that would make a new player be like, why is this happening? Why is there this haunted area versus these people in suits? Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
Why is all this a thing?
Exactly. The game like almost wants you to already know Final
Mhm.
Fantasy. Like already know what happens and say, look at all this that we're changing now, you know? So if you don't already know it, it kind of just seems like, why is all this even happening?
It's a fever dream. That's
you
what
know,
it is.
and I know Final Fantasy in and out, and I still had to like watch some like stuff afterwards, like, oh, okay, that's what happened, and like with the ending and things like that. So
Josie will spend 10 hours playing it, then all of a sudden be online participating in the Tifa versus Era arguments.
Can you date?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Well, it's a more.
There's a love triangle stuff going on.
But just like in the story, like I don't have any control over that.
No, you do pick who you kind of influence who you're going to date with and everything.
Oh, interesting.
There is that. So that's what I mean. I think that, and then connected to Rebirth. I think you'd like the story that's going on.
Okay, maybe we'll eventually someday.
There's a lot of metaphors, not ReFantasia, like just metaphors and all kinds of stuff happening. Like a lot of implied stuff, and it's a good game.
Someday, if I ever become a full-time YouTuber, I'll do it.
There you go. Josh says, RGT, I went to Hogan's Hangout in St. Pete, Florida tonight.
They upgraded that one recently. They put the ring in there. They bought out the place next door. That's where my mom got my Thunder Lips signed card from for my birthday. Oh, in case anyone's wondering, my stepdad is indeed home from the hospital.
Oh, wow. That's good stuff.
Yeah, just made me think of that. He's still like, they had to put like rails in his condo and shit, and he still has to use a walker and stuff. I bought him some 10s unit thing today, but yeah, he seems to be doing better.
Oh, good stuff. Calenshaw says, I haven't juggled multiple games in a while. I've put 60 hours in Death Stranding 2, probably 60% done. Tried DK for 2 hours and just started sub-level 101. I don't know what to do. 60 hours in Death Stranding 2. I beat Death Stranding 2. It was 38 hours. And then I started doing other deliveries, and then DK came out. Valen Horn says, let my dad, who has only played Borderlands, Halo, COD past 10 years, play some DK. 1.5 hours later, he spent my skill points and was looking for a Switch. Tijo says, I have to wonder if you can transform to Mario and have Bananza technically be the next big 3D Mario in that way. Mario transform to Mario. I haven't beaten the game yet. I don't know. Sonic says, new game idea, frame counter, rated W for wanker. Uncle Sam says, what's one game you like but had terrible reviews?
Friday the 13th.
Jedi Outcast. I've said it multiple times.
Friday the 13th, baby.
How terrible are we talking about?
I mean, you can go. I feel like a lot of games that we liked during the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era are probably terrible reviews. I'll give you another example, and I don't even look it up. Someone else can tell me. I bet you Advent Rising, which was a game I enjoyed, is probably rated terribly.
Yeah, I think that game's rated.
It didn't get good reviews when it came out because it.
I know, but I was in like that bubble of like, hey, this game's pretty good. And
did you win the $1 million contest that they never did?
Yeah, there's a whole story. I actually found the person who was like the like one of the leads there, and I thought about doing a video on that game at some point in the future. And I was like, I wonder if they tell me what happened there.
His name was Tommy Tallarico.
Yeah.
I think Star Ocean 4, that game, I don't think got great reviews, but I like Star Ocean 4. That was the last Star Ocean game that I actually new Star Ocean game that I actually liked. Outside, they did the remake, which was great, but
I feel like, is that the one with the blonde?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
It was a 72.
Yeah. So I mean that's not the best rated game, but I thought it was fun.
The bouncer. Oh man. Yeah, I didn't realize Alien Isolation got hit with some of those reviews at one point. I didn't even think that was a bad game either.
No, that game's awesome. People are just weird.
Yeah.
That game got good reviews though, didn't it?
IGN gave it a 4 or something when it came out.
Damn.
Alien Isolation.
I played the game. It's definitely not a 4.
No, the game's fucking mint.
A 4 is like it doesn't work.
PS4.
That's like what a 4 is. Like it barely works.
What was the meta? 59?
79 on PS4.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
The
only one I can think of within 70s for me would be Prototype.
Oh yeah, that was a good game. That's a game I wouldn't mind replaying just to see.
How was Prototype?
It was like high 70s, but like it came out the exact same time as Infamous, and almost every review outlet went, well, we prefer Infamous. So
that actually inspired me. That's crazy. That's actually one of my first videos that I ever did was Infamous versus Prototype. I platinumed both games.
I think it was the IGN review of it was hilarious because the person who reviewed Infamous was like, I love comic books. And the person who did Prototype was like, why are these stupid comic book games out here? All right, cool. This will be fun.
Yeah, I like both games, but I think Infamous was a bit better, maybe a little bit better.
Prototype had more fun mechanical ideas, which was
Okay, yeah, for sure.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I platinumed both at the time, so I like both of them.
TJ says, considering the character design, should it be called Cranky Kong Banana? Jalen says, joining the $2 hype train. DC Fat Cat says, $2 hype train, everyone, let's go. Woo woo. Indiana Jones.
Thank you for the support.
Game of the Year eligible, Superman Oh Man says.
That's not what that says. Read it again.
Indiana Jones. Oh, he said in the chat that it autocorrected Indiana Jones.
This is the problem with, because I love that game. I think that game is amazing, but it originally came out last year, so they're not gonna.
Yeah, everyone's forgotten by now.
I mean, that's the PS5 version and then the DLC this year, but it's still not gonna save it.
DC Fat Cat says, "Come on, guys, RGT needs us to help him. Everyone,
guys, we got to hit these goals. I don't understand what the problem is here tonight. I keep forgetting to do that. Too. You gotta do that.
when you close your eyes, it's really here." Dr. Kelp says, RGT, how do you feel about AEW All In? I may be biased because I work here.
I actually did not watch it. But I watched the highlights of it, and I watched most of the Wednesday show. I loved what I saw, and Wednesday's show was really good too. Charlie was back on there. It was good to see Charlie. He was creating the Young Bucks locker room for them since they lost EVP status with a little marker. But yeah, from what I saw, it looked awesome.
Spyro Jones says, I wish Donkey Kong Bonanza had a new DK rap by Sir Nintendo.
Dude, you should totally do a video, Sean. That would be great.
Here's a deep cut for you guys. So Jason from Nintendo Enthusiast back in the Nintendo Enthusiast days wanted like a new version of the DK rap, and he was like, do you have any friends that rap? And I was like, yeah. And so like I talked to some of my friends about it, and they were like, no, we're not doing that, because they were like, serious about it. And then like years later, when like YouTube kind of blew up for me, they were like, man, I really wish I would have done that DK rap. I'm like, no, you don't. Like I just told him to fuck off with it. I was like, dude, come on. No one's gonna want to do this.
This is from It's Your Boy says, Chappelle Show, still funny till this day.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. It's a funny show.
Absolutely. That's the inspiration for Black Keely, by the way, guys. For those who want to know.
Pikmin Guts says, I love the Guitar Hero reference. China Pro Skater was always edgy.
Not wrong.
It's Your Boy says, Evan looks exactly like my cousin, his YouTube twin for real.
Then I look at the PFP over there and I'm like,
Hey, you never know.
Leo says, hey, RGT, did it hurt deep down in your soul watching Saquon get his Super Bowl ring Friday?
No.
Good. Go Birds.
No. I got no problem with that. It was what it was, Now if we're talking basketball, then yeah, but I'm feeling good about next season.
Angry at the Giants management than like Saquon?
Yeah, it was the way that they handled the situation. It wasn't necessarily a reflection on him. They didn't want to pay him,
which is crazy because what the Eagles paid him before he got his big extension, it wasn't even like that much. I mean, it was a lot obviously, but it wasn't even like that big of a deal. Like he would have still been less than Christian McCaffrey and I think Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, It's Your Boy says OJ on the way. This was like the first one that came through. Just let us know you're coming.
Why did you go backwards with these?
I think it's because I started there and I was just like, I'm already here. I'll just go.
We've gone too far.
Yeah, basically. Alpha says, sup OJ, DK Bonanza is boss minus camera issues.
Mm-hmm.
And Pan Priest says, who would win Mario Squid Games? What for the Mario characters?
Waluigi.
Oh, yeah, I can see Waluigi. I can see Waluigi.
Not Metal Mario. He wouldn't care. Just walk through all that crap.
I don't know. Yeah, Waluigi, me. I don't know. He looks like he's always up to something. He's someone who's kind of unassuming. And probably Toad.
Toad would absolutely die. There's no
He's
way.
like Toad
He's
would be like
he's the example character.
Yeah,
Toad
he
would be
is.
like that one guy in the first Squid Game, like where he trusts him. You know, I think it was the Indian guy that cut it, like his finger got. Like,
Oh,
he'd be like that
yeah.
guy. That's what would happen to Toad.
What's the chances we see Ima Masumi at Game Awards?
Uma Musume,
Thank
It's
you.
It's the
which would
that one
be
lady.
the horse thing, right? The horse girl one?
What is
Which one
that?
was that?
Talking about porno or something? What's
No.
that?
It's
What's
the
video?
yeah, it's the
Okay.
gotcha pretty derby. It's Grub's been playing it. It makes like no sense because it's just girls with horse ears, and then they just run a circle, and there's I don't know.
Okay. All right then.
So Sean was like nearly right. What?
Yeah.
Very close.
Juice Van Von says Killer 7 didn't review that great, but I absolutely loved it. Haven't seen anything like since it came out in 2005. I had that on my GameCube as well, and I was one of those people who thought it was good, and apparently it wasn't. So there you go. I feel like it happened a lot back then. It was just we just less connected, so just kind of figured a game was good if you liked it, and that was it. All right, let's go over to let's talk about the situation with Steam and Valve. This got some people a bit concerned, a bit upset, because I think they realized the entities that have actually quite a bit of power when it comes to which games are actually listed and which games stay up. So what happened was Steam issued some new content rules and restrictions on Steam. Evan, I assume you saw this because they pushed like this content update out as like I don't know if it was an update that popped up on Steam when it first came up, but it was at least made aware for people because there were many games that I'm sure were in some people's libraries. Although when they updated the statement, they did mention that it was mostly for adult games. And based on the stuff that was in there, there's a reason a lot of the people on YouTube don't even say, like, who have covered this, don't even say what they were based around, because it is some like X-rated stuff in there, basically, right, for the adult game genre. Either way, though, what's happened is Valve changed the guidelines for content based on things that were pushed to them from payment processors. So Visa and MasterCard.
Yeah.
And we've seen this before this was pointed out. I want to say it was Automaton Media who pointed this out. This happened with like manga and a few other things where
this happens in a lot of marketplaces where the processors are like, we don't want you to sell this.
Yeah, so Valve, I mean, removed a number of games from the storefront. And look, I mean, 19,000 games came out on Steam last year. It's like there are so many games right now that you're going to have titles that do push the line quite often. I mean, you might have a game come out every day that does that. However, if a payment processor comes through and is like, yeah, you got to remove this so we're not processing cards, you can see now even Valve is like, yep, okay, we'll remove those games. And payment processors are used for all these different companies. So I will say there is a lot of focus on the contents of these games. Because I think
still the process. If a card company hates Rockstar, imagine not being able to sell GTA 6 on Steam.
I thought about that. There was some like
That's
short-sighted
insane.
talking about the content, right? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
look, I'm not interested in buying those games, but if it ends up going to, as you mentioned, Evan, maybe they don't like crime being portrayed in the way that GTA 6 wants to show it in a game, or maybe they try another Manhunt 3, and it gets a little too violent. And they're like, don't like that.
Yeah.
That's the big concern right now, is like trying to figure out where this line fits for Visa and MasterCard, because that's what everyone uses. And if you're someone like Valve who runs specifically on digital releases, you're just going to remove it if that's what they want. So that you're right. That is the big concern, though, Evan.
Well, there was also monopoly. There was monopoly stuff being looked into with Visa and MasterCard because of the whole small business versus big business, where small businesses get really, really shitty contracts with Visa and MasterCard, where they have to pay a huge percentage for every card that goes through, versus like Walmart that pays next to nothing. So you can't go anywhere else. So it's starting to look like kind of the old, I guess, from video games, the walled garden argument of like, well, if we can't use anything else, we're screwed. right? Like if they're just going to keep making the little business hurt as well, like it's a lot. There's a lot going on with cards and stuff right now.
Yes. So
OJ's checking
I
his bank statement right now.
Oh yeah,
making sure
they're freezing all of our accounts right now for bringing this shit up.
I think but yeah, that is a interesting thing to consider, because I haven't really seen many people bring up the idea that Visa or MasterCard would play a vital role in having games just delisted if they find an issue with it. I mean, when you check out, yeah, Visa and MasterCard come up next to the cart with a bunch of these games in it. I get that. But do people relate it to that necessarily? I mean, I don't.
There's also classification things. Decades ago, me and my friend were looking to pick up some co-op games on Steam, and I remember we put them all in the cart, rung it up, and it wouldn't go through. And we called our bank. We had the same bank at the time, and they literally went, "Oh, it's marked as a gaming company," which they saw as a gambling company. So they wouldn't let us use our cards on it. We had to explain to them that they were wrong to get that to be active. It was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I get this is like, in their mind, it's pushing the adult content side. However, with Steam, the thing that
I could buy porn with my Visa card. I
Yeah.
can go to the strip club with my Visa card.
Yeah.
Like what the like what difference does it make?
Currently, there's specific things about it that we
they
can't
have
really
certain keywords.
talk about here.
Oh, okay.
There are certain
It's,
keywords that they have pointed
Go over
out.
the list, John. Just John. Go over the list.
Yeah, say it out loud. Just read down the quotes.
Let me see. I
For
think
journalism.
Automaton
No, don't do it.
Media has it.
Every video on this channel will get a yellow.
It is some pretty significant stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's being brought up. Yeah, it's I don't even know how you could.
Can somebody put it in the private chat for me?
It's like a family tree that's more of a branch kind of situation.
Okay, the family tree. Well, that's a good analogy there. The family
Yeah.
tree thing. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cest?
Yeah, there you go. Good job. You got it.
C'est la
Yep.
vie. Yeah, I took French.
Like 50% of Law and Order cases. Remember that
Okay.
show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And then that with mixed with like Buffalo Bill.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're in the neighborhood. I think we're in the yeah, you get the idea. Okay.
Sean's currently searching off camera.
But there's
I'm
like
playing Donkey Kong.
a bunch of other stuff listed with that as well. So you kind of get the idea of like where they were looking, going, okay, no, we need. And all I can assume is because they do the payment processing, I don't think they're going on Steam and looking these games up. I have to imagine either there was a complaint filed, or they see these games going through and they're popping up on their transaction list, and they have certain keywords that like trigger like investigations from them as to what it is and what's being purchased. So it's something to think about going forward, that you could have Visa and MasterCard kind of set the standard, or at least where content regulations are.
Apply their morals to your shopping cart.
Oh god.
Yeah, so there you go. Visa and MasterCard, they do technically own the world. Let's talk about actually, you know what? Josie's here. So we can now talk about the Zelda casting, because Sean did not seem as interested in it.
It's cool.
Okay,
I
let me
All right.
pull up Miyamoto. Here we go.
Scale of 1 to 10.
I like the tweet, by the way, because this is the thing where he's like, "This is Miyamoto." Do you guys think that this is actually Miyamoto typing it out, or somebody typing it for him?
Somebody typing it for him.
So we're immediately starting off with a lie. Okay.
They've scripted an AI
Lying.
Well,
specifically
him.
for this.
It's just somebody typing it for him. Still his words.
So it's
He's in the room, feet up on the table. This is Miyamoto.
If I was Miyamoto, that's what I would do. Why should I type it? I'm Miyamoto.
You're an intern here. Yeah.
Make somebody else type it.
It's just a person in the corner chained to the freaking radiator. Like, stop, please.
I'm just saying, like, I got theme parks and movies to make. I don't got time to be typing Twitter tweets.
This is Miyamoto. I am pleased to announce that for the live action film of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda will be played by Bo Bragason and Link by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. I am very much looking forward to seeing both of them on the big screen. And it's scheduled to come out May 7th, 2027. glad we
while
have
away.
the release date that's almost 2 years away, and still no Metroid Prime 4 released. Okay, so we have these two comprising for or representing roles for Zelda and Link. Josie, what do you think?
I think they're probably going to do a good job. I mean, they're both pretty young, but I think it sets up the franchise well to continue for a while if that's what they want to do. I think casting unknown actors is kind of smart because then you associate those people more with the characters than you would being like, oh, that's Timothy Chalamet playing Link, or that's Hunter Schafer playing Zelda. So like the fan castings, as much as they really fit, I thought, and were great, I think it's like also, I mean, it's a good idea. And they look the part for the most part. I think like it just depends on their acting. So we'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
That the kid, the guy, he was Pinocchio. So I know him from like the live action Pinocchio.
The live action one.
Yeah. He wasn't
Got to
actually
be a
really
good
in
boy,
it.
Pinocchio.
But yeah, he
If all of
was
his
like the
lines are
voice.
just if all of his lines are just random outbursts and yells, it'd be
Yeah,
the best movie.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I still don't know how that's.
They're not
I
gonna,
mean,
they're
I
not
guess
gonna do it, but that'd be great.
Link has to talk. in
He's
the
gonna
game,
talk
right?
for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. That's going to immediately be a whole thing online. I already see it happening.
They did an animated one where he never shut the hell up.
People
Yeah,
made
but
made fun of it.
Yeah, he had like the beach accent though. He should have a Cockney accent in this. That'd be great.
I mean, it says he says he's 16.
I mean, in 2 years, they'll be older too. So by the time it
That's true.
comes out,
I
and
thought
gets
you were
filmed
going
and stuff.
somewhere else with that.
What do you? I'm just. Everybody was saying that they're very young
Where were you-
actors.
where
so
was
they
she
will
going
be
with that? What do you-
older, is all I'm
At a
saying.
place that Visa and
by the
MasterCard doesn't
time
want
it
us to
comes
go.
No.
I
Oh.
I think
She
you're
looks
right.
great
Josie.
though. I think she's gonna be an awesome Zelda too.
I think you're right in that them being kind of relatively unknown. Like I had to look up the IMDb page, see what
Yeah.
exactly they had done in the past.
I had no idea who they were, but I said they look cool. So
Yeah, because the running joke is, oh, what if they did Tom Holland or something? Well, then you're gonna see Peter Parker as Link.
that
the
was
whole-
never gonna
whole movie, you know?
happen, and they weren't gonna pay Tom Holland like that either. So
Yeah.
No, and this is to me this is also good because while they've had previous roles, this would clearly be the biggest one for them up to this point.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
So-
you'll associate them as those characters, and if it was Tom Holland, you'd just be like, "Oh my god, that's Tom Holland," or like the
exactly.
and like, God, what is the? He's exactly like Tom Holland, but the other one he played Bob Dylan. God damn it, what is his name? I just said it.
The other Tom Holland.
The other Tom
Timothy.
Holland. Yeah, Timothy.
Signature brand Tom Holland.
See, I
Yeah.
only know him because he's at Knicks games a lot of times, front row, and they're like Timothy Chalamet, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this dude is. All right.
He's
Did you
really
watch
he's
that?
a
Didn't you watch the Willy Wonka
fantastic
movie?
actor.
yeah, but he's in a ton
Yeah.
of movies. He's
I
like in a
did
lot
watch
of
that.
stuff.
Oh, was
Yeah.
he Wonka?
Yeah,
Ah, you little singing boy. Good for
You're
him.
thinking Jack
He's
Black.
He was
fantastic.
good in that movie.
He's a great actor, and I think he would have done a good job too. But again, it's just the same problem.
That would have been weird. I would have associated him like, oh man, he's out here with like the Kardashians and Jenner. Like, nah, it wouldn't have worked. It just would have thrown me out
Because he's
right there.
dating Kylie. It's over.
Yeah, I just associate him with he's with one of the Kardashians or Jenners, I guess, but whatever. So
I think the funny thing is when they showed the casting, people were confused. They're like, it was hair's not blonde.
Yeah. Oh no. How are we gonna fix that? Movie magic, you guys.
I didn't think that was kind
Calm
of funny.
That was
It's
pretty
so
PG.
apparent how much people have no idea what goes into movies. They were just like, "There's no way he has to be blonde." It was like, "Oh
And
God, you
on
guys."
top of that, this might be like an origin story, and if you do that, Link's hair is brown in the original. It's like kind of
Mm.
brownish.
Is he 4'0" like Link for like the early stuff? Or
They can
Well,
make him look like however they want.
I
They
don't
can
think
make him
that
as
kid's
short or
already-
tall
I don't
too.
think he's
they do
already tall.
the Hobbit trick on him, just all camera angles. It weird.
No, literally, good.
Yeah,
I
so
think-
no, they'll make him blonde. We were like, there's no way
Yeah.
he'll be blonde.
And then also just like with, how young they both are, the potential for like continuing the franchise is really
Right.
high. So it was smart.
I mean, there's hair dye too that he can use. Like,
No, it literally, yeah.
Or
And then
a
also I think
wig.
the main reason they came through and like said this is because once they start filming, photos are gonna leak of the set. It's just like how it works. So I think that's the timing of this, really.
Well, I mean, they can do a bunch of different. I mean, I don't know how they want to proceed with this because they could have a running just trilogy or something for Legend of Zelda movies, or they could just do different links through different periods of time and stuff.
I'm really curious, like, what it's going to be rated.
Oh, that is going to be because it's live action. I mean, the Mario movie was what, PG?
Mhm.
I assume the Zelda movie is going to be PG-13.
Just straight
I
up
hope
R,
so.
hyper
What's
violent.
Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings
I think it's
PG-13.
PG-13.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be PG-13.
Yeah.
I'm sure they want to try to get it to PG, but once they went live action, so the thing with this is the kids are much more interested in the animation style of Mario, and once they did live action, I go, okay, that's gonna bore some of the younger audience just outright, just from the visuals alone. So this would make more sense as them trying to push it towards a somewhat older audience, like somebody R-rated,
17, baby.
PG-13. To me, is most likely. Yeah. So I like Ocarina of Time got away with some stuff back in the day for being what E-rated on the N64.
Well, it's PG-13. They get one fuck in there too. You could say, I'd like to see that.
What if they did the entire movie? Link is just mute until the end when he drops that for the one.
He sees Ganon. He's just like,
I would go watch it, and I would give a standing ovation.
Would you?
Yeah.
That would be it right there. And then we find out later it was Miyamoto's doing. He's like, nah, it's got to be in there at the end. Got to hit him hard with it. Let's see. So yeah, good casting. We'll find out in maybe like a year. We'll get maybe that first trailer, and then everyone can argue over it at that point. So
I'm really hoping the CG is like good and Lord of the Rings quality and not the current Marvel atmosphere of crap.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't look like super corny or something because
Yeah.
it's bad. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like live action is such a risk, but good.
Yeah, and bad CG can
good
really
though.
ruin a movie. So
Let's see. This is from Iron Smasher. Says, nice to see the Cubs beat the Yanks easily.
All right.
Uncle Sam says, did you see Xbox removed digital movies and TV rips? This was a big thing that happened this week, which I gotta ask. Did any of you buy movies or TV shows on the Xbox recently?
No, I
No.
never did. But I'm gonna be mad about it. This is anti-consumer. Oh my! No, I don't care.
Well, I haven't bought a movie or TV off of the Xbox store in a long. I think the Xbox 360 days might have been it. Even the Xbox One, when they did you had Netflix and stuff set up for it, which was fine. I never bought anything digitally, TV show or movie off of it. And I know back then it was TV. That was the whole sales pitch there for a while. They were really trying to tie it into just Media Center in general, but it just never really clicked with me for anything other than, okay, I'm going to stream Netflix or something on this and play games. But man, I had some people DM me who were like, hey, the Xbox, you can't buy games or buy movies on it anymore. Like before the news came out, somebody met like, hey, this isn't working. And like, wow, I didn't realize people were still on it like that. Like,
I didn't even know that
kinda
was a
surprising.
feature.
Really?
I had no idea.
That's funny. And I feel like there are people, and I almost wonder if is that one of the reasons they're shutting it down, because there's just not much traffic for it?
Do they have to keep like the licenses alive themselves to do that?
You can still download your movies and TV shows and stuff, but I'm sure just the listings and probably, yeah. I'd probably have to do more negotiation with it.
I'm assuming that's why.
Yeah, I think when I bought stuff, this is how long ago it was. It was like the old, like the original, maybe season 2, like Family Guy. That was the last thing I remember buying off of.
Whoa. Season 2 is
Whole
crazy.
season.
Yeah, that's old school at this point.
No, it was like they did individual episodes. This is back in like college. They're like, oh yeah, that's a Family Guy stuff on the Xbox at like 1 a.m.
I think I bought like Conan O'Brien, like something like that. Or like late. I think I did something like
Late
that. Like
night TV.
Like late night Conan O'Brien, like back in like 2008 or something. I don't remember, but I think I had one clip or something, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, that was that.
Now, I will say they do advertise movies and TV shows all the time when I go on like the Xbox store. I just never think to go in. I don't know. I'm here for the games, and that's it. So some people must have been buying them, because there were a lot of people who noticed this, and I I guess Xbox just being done with that side or tying it more and more into Windows. This could be part of their step to next generation as they're trying to make that happen with Windows across the board. I'm not sure all that works behind the scenes with the logistics for movies and TV, but it seemed to be a big thing. Not really sure what happened there.
Kids Move seemed upset about it.
Affects Windows too, not just Windows.
Was he really?
Oh yeah. He made a tweet about it. That's how I learned about it because he was crashing out over it.
I didn't think he'd crash out over something like that.
I mean, anything that is a bad look for Xbox, he'll bring up.
Well, we did have there was a rumor on GTA 6 and this was an interesting. So this is clearly going to make news because it's GTA 6, but also because it talks about the PS5 Pro tied into it with Sony marketing all of this, right? And this came from Detective Seeds, who I had to check. They had like 2 things correct from what I've seen so far. They seem to throw out a lot of rumors, but enough people follow them and seem to believe them that it makes news when they're not on a streak like Nate, who just told us when the Switch 2 stuff was happening. The initial reveal has been pretty good about directs and other things. They've had a few things correct. Detective Seeds has in the past. So I think that's why it got picked up so much. But they say that GTA 6 is going to end up being a pretty important thing for Sony as they're tying in with marketing, but also that they are able to hit 60 frames per second with it while being optimized for the PS5 Pro specifically, as in PlayStation engineers are assisting and they're trying to get it done so that when it comes out, the PS5 Pro might be the only system that can do 60 frames per second on GTA 6. It's not going to PC day one. That'll be probably a year later or so.
Usually a year.
Yeah. So at that point, you would need the PS5 Pro if you want that boosted frame rate for that game. The thing is throwing me off with this is a game like that being as open world as is the whole thing kind of feels like that would be a CPU limitation over the GPU side for frame rate.
I think the whole thing is fucking poppycock.
I kind of feel like there's just a 60 frames per second mode in general that's being worked on. And if they're talking to a Sony engineer, they're just hearing about how it's working on a PS5 Pro right now. Like that's kind of what it sounds like to me, because these systems largely run a similar CPU across the board in terms of what they're capable of. I think the Xbox is a little better, including with the Series S. So to me, with an open world game like that and the Xbox Series X still being pretty capable, I feel like it should also be able to do 60 frames per second if they are indeed getting it on the PS5 Pro. So I kind of feel like that's which would be good in general. Hey, if they get 60 FPS on Series X and PS5 Pro and PS5, probably not Series S.
Well, I mean, has there ever been a game that came out that had such a, you know what I'm saying? Like such a different performance from the base to a pro. We're not talking about a next gen. We're talking about an incremental upgrade.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of, if you're talking about PS6, okay, I'll listen. PS5 Pro, like, I don't know about that, partner.
Yeah, I mean, this GTA 6 was already in the news because there was some crazy stuff being thrown around about how much money it could make, which, I mean, if I look at this, it says this was from Josh Chapman, who's a managing partner at thesis-driven investment firm. Convoy Ventures. I think you're familiar with them, Sean.
Yeah, fucking analysts.
Okay, they suggest that GTA 6 will be the largest gaming release of all time, shattering records of copies sold and revenue generated within almost every period of time. I don't think anyone's disputing that. Like, yeah, that's probably gonna be the biggest launch we've ever seen in gaming history. Then they threw out a number, and I had to sit here and think about it for a minute. I don't know if that's okay. They believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 will generate $7.6 billion in revenue in the first 60 days of launch, in the first 2 months. I don't know if that's I almost don't think that's possible.
It's not possible.
That would be. Oh, go ahead, Sean.
Oh no, that almost sounds like you're assuming that the heavy monetization of GTA Online is going to be a part of Grand Theft Auto 6 on day one.
Yes, that would be my assumption too, because how many copies would even that 7.6 billion? So GTA 5 GTA 5 made $1 billion in its first couple days, 2 or 3 days, something like that, way back when in 2013. And that was at the tail end of the 360 and PS3, where there were a number of consoles out there, obviously at that point. But then it took them a while afterwards to make another billion. It wasn't like, oh yeah, then a few days later they made it. It takes a while because you get that initial surge and then it starts to tail off a bit. And they've sold so many copies since then. $8 billion is that initial surge will continue for 2 months straight of just sales. You said 80 million, OJ, is what it sounds like they'd have to sell console.
I think Shinobi was talking about if you average that out without the microtransactions and all that, like just the game itself first, 80 million copies or something crazy, right? Like some type of crazy amount that it's probably not going to be possible for for that, considering the install bases that we have right now.
It's crazy that this person got paid to say that.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You should be fired immediately. Immediately. I don't want to see people lose their jobs, but you're obviously not qualified to be doing the job that you are doing.
Maybe if there was a PC release and if the series
within a month, but it's definitely going to be a year out.
If there was a day and date PC release with Xbox doing maybe a bit better, maybe Xbox is around 60 to 70 million systems sold instead of 30 something million, and maybe PS5's at around 100 something million. Even that's still very hard.
There was also the belief that because they purchased the framework behind the role-playing stuff that happens on Twitch, that they were going to also implement it on their back end for you could rent a server for just perpetual income, but that's not even supposed to come out for a long time after the game releases, supposedly. So I don't know. I don't know where they get these numbers from.
Yeah, I think Sean, you're right in that they're assuming the online would be ready to go with monetization, right. Microtransaction, shark cards, the whole thing. And they're like, oh, we're going to really look at this and say so many people would be spending a ton of money on these shark cards to, of course, get ahead day one. But we haven't heard anything about the online, so that does seem like a lot of a big assumption there for that to be possible. Otherwise, there's just not enough systems out there to make this happen. I feel like, unless the game's $120 or something, copy.
I mean, even then, you run the risk of you're gonna have that initial surge, but people, I don't know how people are feeling about the rise of cost in games as far as big sales are concerned.
I think GTA 6 is going to be $80. I think that's pretty straightforward, but they could do something where they separate the online still, and that's another 20 or 30. And maybe it is 100 to 110. But they'll be their big special edition. There'll be some kind of $250 lockbox edition or something. I'm sure they'll do some things there, but enough to account for 7.6 billion? I don't think so.
That's a very interesting question.
Do the kids want GTA?
Because you got to remember, that's an interesting question. Because it's been a very long time since GTA 5.
I think the YouTubers have kept it alive, though.
Yeah.
Kids yearn for the mines anyway these days. So.
That's true. Put them back in there.
How old are we talking about, kids, when we say that?
Yeah, what do we mean, kids, I guess?
I would assume
40, 50?
Probably 10 to 15, we'll say.
Okay.
So well outside the purchasing range of the rating.
Yeah, I have a daughter that's in that age range, and
you getting her GTA 6?
Huh?
You getting her GTA 6?
She asked for GTA 6, and I said, "What?" She said, "Why is it taking so long to come out?" And I only think she said that because her friends are saying that. She doesn't play video games; she only plays freaking mobile stuff like Roblox, and so she asked me about it. So maybe I think it might be popular because I know she got it from somewhere else. She either got it from there or from somebody else. So I think maybe it's still maybe somewhat popular with 13, 14, 15-year-olds. I think it could be.
Well,
if their parents are willing to get it for them. If their parents are willing to actually buy it for them.
There's a lot of YouTubers that have kept it very alive. So I think, especially with how much kids these days consume that kind of content, it makes sense.
Like culturally, I mean, outside of the YouTubers, we had just a ton of TV shows and movies that were just in that same vein. Is that still happening? Like, how many things going on now, TV and movie related, is just like gangsters, mobsters?
That's still a thing.
It's still going
By a lot.
I do want to say, I just want to make sure I'm not buying her GTA 6, and she's not allowed.
Come on. You're in a great
she's not allowed to play that.
Like when my mom made me return Mortal Kombat 1 on the Sega Genesis,
and he still remembers it as a 40-year-old man in his basement.
No, my parents always said I was not allowed to play GTA, and I'm not pissed at them for it. And I literally, that's why I've never played
should be
GTA.
Yeah,
they actually told you can't play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, my mom was like, absolutely not.
Oh,
because all my friends like
good mom.
Yeah, like all the boys in my class were playing it, and like my brother was like, "Oh, I want it," and he's like 2 years older than me, and he still obviously was way too young for it. My mom was like, "Yeah, no, absolutely not."
But Mom, I want to beat up hookers.
Yeah.
So now, because you said you might
better to do it in a game than in real life, right?
But
what 10-year-old is going out there beating up hookers in real life? Please explain that to me.
You never know.
Beating up hookers would be hard these days. Everybody just does OnlyFans, so it's just way safer to just be in your house.
Yeah, you could cyberbully them. Is that what you want to do?
I will say back in the day with Grand Theft Auto when it came out, it did have that feeling of a game that you're not allowed to play because your parents are saying not to. So there was that sense of I need to go play this game or figure out how to play this game.
Whereas modern day, like a metric ton of parents just hand their kids an iPad and just go, fuck it, whatever, just watch whatever.
You mentioned a TV show similar, Evan, with that was kind of that show there. The parents were like all serious about was like South Park, and that was a whole thing too back then. And
I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say South Park.
Wait, which was crazy. I watched until I was like 14. I was like in high school, and then I was like, I watched so much of it. No, but my mom had this one friend who would come over, and she really liked SpongeBob. And on that day, it was like once a year, she would come over, and we just watch SpongeBob all day with her.
Sponge Christmas.
Were you allowed to play Pokemon growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
But I also wasn't allowed to eat like fast food. There's a lot of weird. Or
like
weird.
A lot of people.
Your mom seems like a very good mom. Actually.
Well, no, it's not weird. There was a lot of like random things that I like a lot of cereal. I was only allowed to eat Cheerios, and then like in high school, once I got a car, I was like Cocoa Puffs. I gotta try that shit.
I don't. It seems like a good mom to me. I don't know.
No, she was a great mom.
Yeah.
And now you can download GTA 5 and play it despite them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Amish upbringings are crazy though.
That's true.
I'm not.
I know my parents they always no Beavis and Butthead in the house. I remember my parents were like, nah, no Beavis and Butthead. So
actually, you may as well just wait for GTA 6 at this point, Josie. GTA 5 hasn't aged. The controls haven't aged great.
My friend really likes playing GTA Online. He plays it all the time.
Oh, I mean, same idea with the controls technically, but yeah. I mean, it's still around. GTA Online still rolling. Can't believe it. But GTA 6 will be a whole thing when they get their online for that. So, what the kids? So you mentioned, Sean, do the kids care about GTA 6? Does it still have that same appeal? We're also assuming that a lot of the people playing games right now are even like younger kids currently, because there was a survey. I think OJ, you already saw this. Maybe some of the others did too. I want you guys to take a guess. Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
It might be kind of still mixed up, and you're just taking a look at it and seeing. They did a survey in Japan. Over 180,000 people responded to it. Okay, so they were able to get a pretty decent sample size there for it, and they came up with like ratios male female for different game franchises. But the thing that was really interesting to people were the average age of a person for say Mario. Okay?
45.
So I'm gonna see. We'll see. I'm gonna go through. If you guys don't have a list up or
45.
anything, we can kind of have fun with it. We can do it. We can guess. People can see how old do they think it is for the. And I think I might. Now I'm just gonna list here. Here we go.
You said this is Japan, though.
This is Japan. Yes.
Oh, 35.
But that's that's a little different there.
I will start off with the first one and give you the age for that, because that will be the youngest age on this entire thing. Okay, just to put it in perspective as we go through the list. Okay. Splatoon, the average age of the respondents was 27.
Oh, I was gonna say 26.
That's the lowest.
That is the lowest.
This is average, so
This is average age.
it's not like
the
it
lowest
stops
27.
there and then it gets weird. But
Yeah.
That is the lowest age. Okay. Let me go with, I'll jump to Pokemon.
definitely 40.
What do you think the average age in Japan
Definitely
for
40.
Pokemon is?
12.
I told you 27
Even though
was the lowest.
27's the
I don't
start.
give a fuck. It should be 12.
Definitely 40.
Well, it's above 27. I'll tell you that. Josie, what do you think the age is?
34.
It is 32.
Aw.
Do I win something? Because I was the
No,
closest.
you went over. I win because I went under.
No.
What about,
Price is Right
about-
rules.
what about Kirby?
Come on, man.
You can throw whatever number you want. You go ahead and judge these fan bases completely, Sean.
Well, like I said, Japan, it's a different world out there.
The
There's full-grown
demographics are
adults with
similar here in the
Kirby
US.
bags.
Nintendo
No.
already showed them off.
Kirby.
So it has to be over that. So 35.
It's over 20.
So we're doing Price is Right rules. Like actually, you said 35. I'm gonna go 37.
Okay. What do you think, Josie?
Closest without going over.
39.
It is 30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we all lost.
Okay, how about this one? Resident Evil.
Ooh.
42.
Mm.
36.
38.
Oh,
38. I'm gonna go 38.
What do you think, Sean?
I said 36.
He's 36. Okay. It's 38.
Yeah.
Damn,
38.
Evan.
let's go.
How about Fortnite?
Oh.
In Japan?
55.
7.
7.5. I've already seen it, so I'm not actually talking.
29.
Oh, actually, they put this one out of order. It's 25.
No,
so
here
that's
we
the
go.
What?
Nice.
Yeah, that's the one. They threw a curveball here. It's 25. They missorted. They actually missorted Minecraft too.
Which is probably what, 21?
I'm at
6.
the right go, Nintendo.
23.
Minecraft is 28.
No.
Okay. How about Yakuza?
35.
42.
40. Just 40.
It's 38.
Ooh.
So here's one of the reasons I found this list kind of interesting. Okay. Dragon Quest.
42.
37.
31.
It is 42.
Let's go. Does
was
that
like,
mean I get a
yo,
free
let's
flight
go.
to
You were
PAX?
saying it was interesting. I was like, oh, a slightly younger crowd, I guess.
How about Final Fantasy?
48.
like all Final Fantasy?
43.
All Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Anything
just
including the
Final Fantasy franchise.
MMO, yeah, it's
Oh,
going to be
everything.
32.
It is 42.
Oh, Jesus.
The Final Fantasy fan base, the Dragon Quest fan base, are not getting younger. They're actually quite old now. Like, and we had, I feel like we had that discussion with Final Fantasy 16 when it came out. And while it sold 3 million copies in week 1, we haven't heard anything else since then. There was the question of, is Final Fantasy getting kind of old, like in general? Like the audience isn't staying put with the average age, just aging up. And when I saw this, I said, well, yeah, that's kind of it. 42 now for the average age of Final. That is the two oldest ones on the survey: Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy.
Why do you think they're trying to change the combat in those games? They got to mix it up a little bit.
I think you're kind of right. Because
No, yeah.
16 being very much action focused is kind of and also Final Fantasy, like the 7, the remake trilogy now, also more action focused. I think you're right.
It's got to be weird. That's got to be weird having a massive IP where you're just worried about your fan base hitting the grave at some point. You're just like, oh
Well,
no.
The thing about it though is I think it's like a double-edged sword. You want to get new people, right? But then you might also alienate the people that have been there for a hot minute, you know?
But which is better,
Mhm.
2 billion new people or the 1 million people that are still sticking around?
I think the best thing to do is
No.
to make the game unique to the people that grew up with the game and hope that the younger people say, oh, I like that too. That's what Pokemon has done.
Yep.
You know, they've
When you're like 10 iterations in and it's still not happening at some point, are you going to pull the plug on that though?
Well, I mean, they switched it up for the new upcoming one. They really did Final Fantasy 15. They did action, and that ended up selling pretty well. So I think they felt like, hey, we can just continue on with that, you know. And it didn't work though. It just didn't work this time.
What do you guys think about Monster Hunter? How old do you think that average fan base is?
35.
36.
37.
36.
35.
Fuck yeah.
Go, Evan.
Let me just make sure I have this. Okay, which franchise out of all of these I'm about to list do you think is the most male dominated in terms
Kirby.
of the? Okay, hold on. Splatoon, Kirby, Mario, Pokemon,
Kirby.
Zelda, Animal Crossing, Fortnite, Minecraft, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Yakuza, Final Fantasy, or Dragon Quest.
I'm going with
Yakuza.
Kirby for the lulls.
I would say
Yakuza.
Resident Evil.
Oh, you were close, Sean.
Ooh.
It is Fortnite.
What?
I wanted to do that because I knew that'd be your reaction.
Wait, but that's not even.
It's almost disappointing.
Fortnite.
But like, that's so weird. I feel like I always see like Fortnite girls like playing. That's so.
Because they're trying to appeal to the
Streamers.
boys. Yeah.
It's a
Fortnite.
marketplace. And
Damn
then
it.
for every one of them, there's thousands of guys playing, looking to
I
get
have,
in their
like,
game
one-
and bother them.
Yeah, that's true. I have like
Yep.
one
So,
friend that
I-
plays. That's a girl.
I think this should be pretty easy for which one is the most female dominated franchise, but I can read through them again.
Animal Crossing.
Splatoon, Kirby, Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, Animal Crossing, Fortnite, Minecraft, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Yakuza, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest.
Animal Crossing.
It is Animal Crossing. 75% of respondents are female.
Let's go.
For Fortnite, it's 85% male. So
That
it
makes
is yeah. Well,
What was the second most?
second highest male or female?
Male. Or
Yeah,
male.
Male. It was actually a tie between Resident Evil and Monster Hunter.
Oh wow.
You know, like I think
He-
that Resident Evil makes sense. I mean, Chris Redfield, he's punching boulders. That's like every man's dream to
Massively
punch a
masculine.
massive boulder. So
female. I
Makes
think
sense.
the other one was.
Do that or riding, holding a vehicle or a whole boat at bay with one hand. I got this.
I'm trying to see if any other one. I think the only other one that was more, that was more female than male in terms of respondents was Kirby. That was 55-45.
Wow.
Yeah. What was Pokemon?
It's like
60-40.
Dead
male.
split. Oh, all right.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, it was close to being 50-50. So pretty good there. Yeah, they had that released overall, and this is over on Go Nintendo now. I just thought it was interesting to see some of the age demographics that they had with their. I mean, somewhat large sample size. Let me see anything else here. This is. Here we go. DC Fatcat says, "Come on, guys, 1,000 experience for real gamers. Donate now."
Oh, yeah, the XP
Man.
system. He explained that like a million times. So you can only get 75 XP points by chatting. You got to do super chats, super stickers. They all go towards your XP rating. And I will tell you guys who is number one on the end of the rankings at the end of the stream.
Claw117 says, "Remember, guys, Visa, MasterCard, banks in general will process money for drugs, human trafficking, laundering, etc. But anime pixels,
I think
Well-
TD Bank got in trouble for the drug thing.
they put
I
their
mean,
foot
that's-
down."
that's just standard. That's just standard business, though, for a lot of these people. Just it is what it is.
Is business.
You guys want to know how many accounts Microsoft has that they're not reporting? Like what they do with that money overseas?
Who they buy.
Steve Boy says, "Remember that IGN April Fool's Zelda movie trailer? I do remember that. That was a big thing when that happened. I don't get those April Fool's jokes anymore like that. That was like some serious production."
No, yeah, it's good when the follow up to them is just like disappointment from the fans. Everyone's just like, "Oh, cool." Oh.
Professor Rock says, "GTA will be basically $100. Prove me wrong." Well,
Time will
I can't
tell.
necessarily do that. I can't do that because it might be.
I still think the most amazing thing would be the announcement of a $60 price tag, just to fuck on people. Just be like, why is all this happening? $60. Screw all you companies.
So the last topic I want to bring up here, and this is one that Supported Sicilian Gamer says, tips, where are they?
Where are the tips, guys? We're running out of time. We got about 10 minutes left on this stream, and we have not hit the goal yet for this stream.
We need to
if
get
you guys want to keep this game
soundboard.
in the rotation, then you're going to have to support the game and show me that you want me to keep playing this game.
We should get Sean a soundboard.
I bet DSP is really going to want to come on down at this point.
I am really curious what you would talk to him about.
In that voice,
He
too. It
likes-
would just
he
be
likes
back and
wrestling.
forth.
He likes old wrestling and stuff like that. We'd have a lot to talk
You
about.
like wrestling? Okay.
Yeah, he spent like
Yeah,
$1
you
million
make fun of me.
on WWE champions
He spent all his money on a fucking mobile game. At least I can sell this shit I buy. Like,
and had no money for his taxes.
yeah.
Oh
That's all
no.
his money on a mobile.
Oh man.
He roped his audience.
WWE mobile game.
He
Wrestling
roped
game.
his audience for tax money. You spent that tax money, got his mom to pay his taxes, and then spent even more money on top of that on WWE.
He got his mom to pay his taxes.
yeah.
Show
his
respect to
mom-
Linda.
His parents. He got his parents to pay.
The
So,
lore is deep.
Yeah, oh my! I know all the lore. I know all the lore with it.
Man. Gosh. Professor Rock says, I don't know what the first NSO game you played on your Switch 2 was, and if it felt kind of funny playing a retro game on a $450 console. I guess the first one would have been Soul Calibur 2.
No. Yeah, mine was Soul Calibur 2 as well.
Mine was also Soul Calibur too.
I don't remember.
Come on, guys. Where's the Kick support? There hasn't been a single subscription over on Kick this entire stream. That's why I don't read the chat.
Man. Yeah, maybe we'll have to have him on, Sean, just for you to
Dookie
talk to
on?
him in that voice.
Just no one else on for the day. Just
It's just me and him.
those two.
Nah, I'd have to be here just muted. I'd have to
We'll have to
hear it.
make a channel for this, I think. We'll have to just the one video on that channel.
I'd have to hear it in real time. Okay, so last topic, Sean. You even said this to me just when it popped up. As a YouTuber in Italy, is facing potential jail time for these Ambernic handhelds, mostly because they ship them to you with an SD card full of ROMs. Now, I thought it was interesting that Sean sent this to me because I checked out a video earlier today.
Who's
after I
the
sat-
emulation king in this room?
This is really funny. I saw Mudahar put up a video. It was a few days ago or something. I saw it this morning. I was like, oh, let me see what he said about it. After I put my video out yesterday, just mentioning it. And in that video, he points out Sean, and Sean is sitting there with his Ambernic handheld. Is like, oh yeah, they send you an SD card full of a bunch of games.
Yep. I mean, hey, look, that's Italian law. I'm not in the old country.
Yeah.
Plus, grandma, the blood runs deep there. I got stroke, so I'll be all right. But yeah.
Yeah, so apparently they showed up at this person's house and they confiscated 30 or so handhelds. So that seems very dramatic, and it sounds crazy to have a raid for Android emulation machines, but that happened in Italy, apparently. No word on where the complaint came from. Apparently they referenced Sony and they referenced Nintendo, so I mean, people can take guesses, but it was a very odd story to see pop up, mostly because I've covered them, you've covered them, Sean, these handhelds, and I haven't even really thought about it when they want to send you that SD card, that maybe they should have an option where you just untick it and you're like, no, I don't need the SD card.
Well, I mean,
I'm good.
I don't understand going like it's obviously coming from a company, so wouldn't you be more interested in the company? That's like going after the fucking kid with a little dime bag or something and be like, fucking got him. Like, no, there's a hierarchy to how this works.
I think the problem is it's Amernics in China.
Okay, well, what does a YouTuber talking about a product that was sent to him from China. Like,
he's a public-facing figure that will now be crucified in front of everyone who watches his videos, and we're thinking of buying one.
It's about sending the message.
That's true. That's true.
It's people apparently, and again, I'm not familiar. I'm a copyright lawyer or whatever in Italy. Apparently, they are a bit more heavy-handed with it than we are in the U.S. even.
Evidently.
Yeah,
I do like people bringing up. I do like people bring up this is the anger from the whole like Tifa politics thing that happened.
Hey, Sean, I dare you to vacation to Italy and make a video there.
I smuggled in all these legal
I dare you to make the debate and say my name is Sean Long from RGTA and make a video on it. I dare you.
Just go to whatever whatever the closest Little Italy is to you with all that and make a video.
Yeah, let's go to New York.
No, I need the
they'll probably be selling them in Little Italy.
No, I need you to go to the motherland.
I mean, they sell them on Amazon, fully loaded with these SD cards full of ROMs. So
there you go.
Yeah, it's
all right. Visa will step in, and you can't buy it anymore with that.
They're just tracking the Amazon delivery driver. They're just gonna tackle him out of the truck.
Get on the ground!
We got the dealer.
FBI, open. Is there like an Italian FBI? Italian FBI, open up.
Well, that's our show for tonight. On that note, let me go around here. Josie, where can everyone find you?
Thank you for having me. You can find me on YouTube at Josie Woe. I just put out a video with some of the Spawncast people. You should go check it out. RGT and John are in it. So we play Mario Kart, but with fun special rules. So you should go see it.
Almec says, what's the best thing to get to not make PS1, PS2 games look like Vaseline on an LCD TV?
Glasses.
A mini PC.
Well, no, what's the like the retro tank?
Yeah, but that's a lot of money.
I mean, this thing's pretty good. Have you seen this? The Electron Pulse thing?
Oh, yeah, I've been hearing about them. They do something
I've used it.
Another system as well.
My PS2 that I did that video months ago now, I recorded all of the footage out of the HDMI on the back of this. And so, I mean, there's footage there if you want to check it out, all mixed, but it looks pretty good, I think. And it deals with kind of it uses PS2 RGB then to HDMI. So I don't think this is a good one for the PS1, but the PS1 is going to have struggles in general, just trying to look better. But you can use it on the PS2. So it would work there for you. Living Legend says, anyone played Rocket Knight Adventures on the Genesis? It's a hidden gem, and it would be cool for Konami to bring it back as a 3D platformer. I think Sean has it.
I have it. They re-released it on modern platforms as well. And the last time they tried to make one was a really shitty Xbox Live game, and everyone hated it.
Support Stilling Gamer says, my hairline is only uneven because my mom combed it through high school, guys. I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
There was nothing I could do.
Yeah. That's the reason why that was the excuse why he has a batarang as a hairline was because
why?
It's just the widow's peak.
Why he has a batarang on his head? Why he looking like that, like a batarang? That's because his mom was combing it.
Wow, the lore goes deep. The lore goes deep.
Type of way, and it made him have a batarang as a hairline.
Jeez. Sean, where can everyone find you?
Find me on DSP Gaming. I will be live tomorrow. I don't know a schedule for tomorrow. You can find me on RGT85. I have a video up tomorrow, probably. I haven't done it, so we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling in the morning. Oh, and fuck analog too, by the way.
I figured I didn't bring that up because I figured you get all worked up before you go to sleep. So
yeah. Well, thank you.
Think of the blood pressure.
Well, I feel like we'll have a whole podcast next month to talk about it since they're going to ship them out to us. I don't want to get ahead of stuff there. Next month. Next month. About OJ, where can I find you?
Yeah, find me hanging out with Batman. No, on YouTube, Player Essence. I got some cool videos dropping RPG stuff like always. Live stream pretty much every day. RPG and Nintendo content all the time. Should be interesting coming up here. Got a new video coming out tomorrow. Let's talk about more RPG, Nintendo stuff. So yeah, if you like RPG and Nintendo stuff, I said that a million times. Check out the channel, Player Essence. Thanks for having me on once again. I also run the pre-show too. So if you guys want to drop by like before, like an hour or so before this show, I always run it every Saturday whenever I can. So
okay, good stuff. And then Evan.
You can find me on socials, YouTube, Twitch, Kimmerix Project. Hopefully I can get this video done. That should have been out weeks ago, but shit kept coming up. So we'll
Good
see.
video.
What's
it about?
It's going over tools and stuff that kind of exist for anything in tabletop RPG, all that might be helpful for people that probably don't know that it exists. So should be fun.
Good stuff. Professor Rock says, hey, I'm Spawnwave visiting all 195 countries. Let's see if Nintendo bans me by country number 2 for playing Iran.
Top Hat Gaming could do that. He's always going on some weird excursions with like Game Gears and shit.
Okay, there you go. Well, I think that's everything, right? We got everything there. Yep, we're good. Okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next weekend, next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys then.
I need banana, tasty banana.